Hello, everyone. Welcome to Words to Elite series, where motivation is the fuel for the day. As we move on in life, people need a token of appreciation to help push them forward and get over the obstacles that come in their way. Without motivation, life could lose its vital energy source. So let's keep encouraging one another and motivate every person that gives a try in anything in their lives. First of all, I would like to ask, what is the most inspiring thing you have ever heard in your life so far? For sure, what is the most life-changing thing someone has ever told you before? As the old adage goes, that there is life and death in the power of the tongue, so the things you hear other people say or the things you tell them have long-term impacts. They have the ability to change someone's life for a greater good in the future. Therefore, we should take extra precautions with the words we speak in our lives, because they could make or break us one way or the other. Here is an excerpt from the title. So you still do that. Part of Words to Elite series. Please take heed. Intuition 14. Things get tough. When things get tough, I would continue encouraging myself to make myself believe that there are more difficult tasks waiting ahead. If I do not successfully pass through this simpler one, how sure am I to succeed in the coming ones? I often think of others who have gone through a much rougher experience, more difficult and treacherous than mine. Then say unto myself, if they did it, then why shouldn't I? 99% of all careers in the world are about solving problems. If there is a problem somewhere, then there is always somebody somewhere who can solve it. Jane and I work very hard to sustain our family. However, every day when Jane and I come back from work, we find the children have grown bigger and are demanding more food each coming day. We have to sleep less, work harder, and run faster in order to fulfill our obligations as parents. When things get tough, I reflect on the life of others who went through harsher conditions, worse experiences than that of my own. It then gives me the strength to work harder, hold on longer, and keep pushing forward. Better know that in this world you are competing with nobody other than yourself. If people were to set goals and strive to accomplish them without having to waste time meddling in other people's affairs, then clashes would be minimal. Intuition 15. Do what you love. Some people who are referring to themselves as great professionals are teaching our juniors that they should do only what they love. Then they'll have many riches. They are advocating that they should restrict themselves to focus on doing things they love very much, something that sounds really absurd. There are a lot of things we don't like but have to be done anyway. No one likes to take the garbage outside in the morning. No one likes to clean the toilet. If we don't do any of these things simply because we don't love them, our homes will be infested with cockroaches and flies. Many times in our lives, we just have to do what is necessary or a very important event if we don't like doing it. A lot of motivational speakers are continually drumming into the ears of their listeners that they should only pick careers they love very much and settle with those. They do not reveal to that audience that sometimes your favorite career may not be available in your current hometown and thus have to settle with something less exciting. Well, as long as it pays the bills, then there is no need of abandoning it to wait for a super exciting imaginary job somewhere in the clouds. Motivational speakers never reveal the truth that the secret to having a happy, successful career is not picking your preferred occupation, but finding a way to love your difficult but well-paying job. There are a lot of difficult and unpleasant tasks in our lives that we have to undertake even if we don't like them. We really have to for life to move on smoothly.